Okay. So people are saying, well, I need to look at the year, at the date. These aren't recent, but they are. So I have starred over 700 old emails. That doesn't mean that new ones are not coming in every single day. I've just stopped starring them. I'm not deleting them. They will be looked at by somebody with much more legal experience than I have, or than you have. The lawyer will decide what is harassment and what is a threat, not the people who are actively harassing and threatening me. There you go. There's 104 that have been sent to me since March 1st of this year. For all of you saying that those are too old, all of those old ones, those from 2023 are too old. Well, these are 104 from March of 2025. March of 2025. See? 2025. And for people who are saying, nobody's accusing you of murder. Yeah. Yeah, that accusation has been made quite a few times. They demand that I tell other people, even though I didn't. This has gone on for 5 years. Everybody involved, everybody that is demanding that I prove that this is happening, is well aware that it's been happening. Abusers love to force their victims to prove they're being abused. My dad used to do this. My dad used to get so angry at all of us for saying the house was abusive that he would pull down the photo album and start showing pictures of us smiling and saying, well, if you're so abused, how come this picture exists? Why is this? Why are you smiling here if you're so abused? Why do you have this if you're so abused? And that's not how it fucking works. An abuser loves to demand that you explain your happiness to them, that you explain things to them that they already know. An abusive parent is well aware that not every second of every day is abusive. They're well aware that they tell children to smile when they're taking pictures. They don't give a fuck when they're using these pictures in the abused child's face to say, look how happy you were 2 years ago. Why can't you be this way now? They go on trials and they defend themselves so that they can question their victims and stand there and demand that their victims verbally say all these nasty things that they did to them. They get off hearing their victims relive the experience that they put them through. When these people are demanding that I show the threats, understand what they're really doing. They are abusers demanding to relive the experience of abusing me. It does nothing to help me to relive the experience unless there's a lawyer involved. But it helps them. It helps them to see these emails again, because then they can remember how they felt when they sent them. They can remember the sadistic joy they felt threatening me and telling me to kill myself, they can relive that experience and be happy, knowing that they hurt somebody. That's the kind of people who I am dealing with. And it's an extremely hopeless battle that I'm having to fight, because abusers don't stop and they don't care. They won't ever acknowledge that what they're doing is abusive, because then they would have to understand themselves as being abusive, and they can't. They can only see the victim as deserving it. They can't see themselves as anything wrong. I don't deserve it. I didn't deserve it as a child, and I don't deserve it now. These channels have to be shut down for people like me to be allowed to live and experience life outside of the abuse and the terrorization that these channels have created. It's possible the other people that they attack are bad people. They've gone to jail. They've gotten in trouble. I haven't. They have lied about me, and even after 5 years of lying, they still haven't gotten me in trouble. They brag about getting other people arrested. They've never had the police speak to me because they have been lying. The fact that their other victims are criminals makes it easier for them to convince people that I must also be one. But I'm not. And when this goes to court, that will be proven. No, I don't have to have a full trial to prove I never murdered anybody. All I have to prove is that somebody else is already in prison for that crime, and I was never charged at the time. I'm a witness in all of those court transcripts. No matter how much you twist the facts, no matter how many times you go over those transcripts and twist the names around, I am still labeled a witness, and you can't change that. Unless you reopen the case, you can't change that. And I promise you, once you reopen the case, you're going to find a whole bunch of stuff that you didn't know was there, because they only tried half the case. They only tried half of the case. My half is still locked up in evidence, ready to be tried. They know what he did to me. They just didn't talk about it at trial because they were only focused on what he did to her. Everything that y'all are saying nothing happened to me because it wasn't at the trial. They switched it up. They didn't try him for what he did to me. They know he pulled a knife on me and threatened to kill my grandmother if I didn't get in that vehicle. They know what he did. But they didn't try him for that because they only wanted to get him for murder. Y'all don't understand the legal system, and I don't fully understand it either, but I know that I didn't kill anybody. And I know that if they open the trial again, it'll be a case of them trying him for what he did to me. The problems with the trial, the fact that they were upset after the trial, had nothing to do with the fact that I wasn't charged. There were people that were angry at the verdict, but it wasn't because I wasn't charged. They were angry that he didn't get the death penalty. Y'all have flipped things to make it be something that it's not. People were angry and making positions because he was supposed to get the death penalty, and Florida felt like it had been denied a death that it deserved. It had nothing to do with me. It had everything to do with them wanting a stronger punishment for him. This is my life. And I'm so tired of it.